it's a question that I think the younger generation and the older generation really need to ask themselves. Where do we intend for Jamaica to really go? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now? Where do we really want Jamaica to be? Hi guys, so today I'm on my way to work and I saw a situation, right, involving a police officer, and it got me thinking. It got me thinking about the direction Jamaica is heading as a result of the generation before us, before this generation. And when I say this generation, I mean those that are 40 and younger, right? I ask myself, where is the island heading? Because my business, as you all know, is AJAWI construction, and we basically support returning residents to come back to Jamaica and build, right? And do it safely. So I'm on my way to work and I saw this police officer and I saw something that he did. And when I looked at it, I'm like, that is illegal. What he just did is illegal. So in that instance, I asked myself, does it mean that when you are the one that is supposed to uphold the law, does it mean that you are above the law? And I'm like, I'm wondering. So I started to analyze it, and I'm like, okay, he just broke the law and endangered other people while doing that, right? Is it then safe to say that it is okay for a doctor who has the desire to save somebody's life, end the life of another person in order to save that person's life, right? Is it okay? Is it that if you are the one executing the law, does it mean that you're above the law? Do you operate outside of the law? So it kind of got me thinking. So here's the situation. So I'm coming down Constant Spring Road and there was a lot of traffic. And there was this, so traffic is going down Constant Spring Road. The other side of the road going up Constant Spring Road is pretty much free. Traffic is flowing, everything is good, right? So I saw this police officer driving up Constant Spring Road. Then on the same side that is going up Constant Spring Road, he turns the vehicle and head down Constant Spring Road, opposite to the flow of traffic. And I'm like, is that okay to do? Because when I think about it, if somebody is coming up Constant Spring Road, that could cause an accident and that could end somebody's life. So I continued to watch him because I was gonna ask him, are you above the law? Why did you do that? That's wrong. What you just did is wrong. But I decided not to say anything to him. And I continued to watch. And he was on his phone and he stopped at Minor Avenue. I watched him. He's on the phone. Then he proceeded to go with the flow of the traffic now, right? After breaking the law, he's now going down Constant Spring Road, and I'm watching him. And I noticed that he stopped. So he stopped to pick up somebody. So essentially, he was trying to pick up that person, right? That's my assumption. I could be wrong. But the whole act overall is wrong, and it's careless and reckless driving. And if somebody else was doing that, wouldn't it be a big problem, you know? If it is that I'm on my way to work and let's say he's late and I'm late, and I realize that the flow of traffic is not in my favor and I may reach work late, is it then okay for me to drive on the opposite side of the road against the flow of traffic, even if I am being careful? It then get me to thinking about other areas within our society. And I'm like, because I was listening to a presentation by one of my favorite architects, Gordon Gill, right? A Jamaican architect, international architect who happens to be Jamaican, Gordon Gill. And one of the things that I took away from his presentation was everything in our society is connected one way or another. Nothing operates in isolation. So the law or that officer, we may think that he's not affecting any other person, but somewhere along the line, that action or that habit of ignoring the law, it's not only in that instance that it may have happened. That's how it got me thinking. I'm thinking that it's not only in that instance, because what happens when somebody who operates as if they're above the law are behind closed doors? What happens when somebody who has been accused wrongfully is in the presence of this person who thinks and operates above the law and create their own law and doesn't uphold the law? What happens? So it kind of got me thinking, and it makes me wonder, where is Jamaica heading? What direction are we heading? I mean, the younger generation now, we are trying to essentially make a way, as in do something that will ultimately positively affect us in the long run, right? But if those that are selected or elected to uphold the law operate outside of the law and above the law, where are we really heading as a country, as a nation? And if you're supposed to be upholding the law, so shouldn't you be leading by example, right? Shouldn't you be leading by example? So these are a few of the questions that is like they pop up in my head from time to time, right? So because I'm kind of a analytical type of person, you know, analyze things on a regular basis. Yeah, it's a question that I think the younger generation and the older generation really need to ask themselves. Where do we intend for Jamaica to really go? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now. Where do we really want Jamaica to be? Right? I think China has a 100-year plan, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But Jamaica, I think we have a 2030 plan. But within the next, let's not say 30, let's say 100 years, when you and I, well, when our children are here, where should our society be? And is it a society where those that have been elected to be law enforcers are just simply lawbreakers who have license to really break the law? I don't know. Sometimes I think about these things, so leave your comment below. Tell me what you think about it. Because it's kind of interesting, really. It's very interesting. Very interesting.